Hello, one and all. My name is Harry Kettle, and welcome back to Fightful MMA. Today, I'm being joined by a very special guest. This man is set to fight for the Bellator Heavyweight Championship against Ryan Bader. It is the one, the only Cheick Kongo. Cheick, how are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So, obviously, we know this is going to be a really, really big fight for you. How's training going so far? How are you preparing for the fight?
Well, so the training is going really good, So I used to keep performing with the same team, and respecting, a specific schedule as usual. And no, everything is good, you know. At the time, I never been that ready, And the funny part of that is usually people used to say that's the best camp ever I used to spend, but not try to bullshit anyone, but that's what it is, you know. The funny part of that, I used to increase, I used to upgrade the skills, getting better, and at that point, I feel really comfortable.
So it's been a really interesting journey for you in Bellator. You spent a long time with the organisation. What part of your game in MMA do you think has improved the most in the last few years?
Probably the understanding, of the fight, I should say. That's it. Yeah. So I used to update my ability, the skills all the time. So I should say everything in general. So I have anything specific, I used to update and upgrade everything at some point. So that's good.
What is it about Bellator, do you think, that you enjoy so much? Because you spent so much time with Bellator. What is it that you like about fighting for them?
For sure, the level of fight is, I should say, it's great. No, honestly, the thing is, the good thing is to be able to fight and get the ability to perform in a good condition. You know, Anything specific, to that company, but yeah.
Do you personally believe that this title shot is long overdue? Do you feel like you should have gotten this title shot a few fights before now?
Oh, for sure, definitely. But that's what it is, At the time, I don't have to think about it. Just fight. For me, it's another fight. It's not like the title shot is just another fight. So I don't pay attention. I don't want to think about that. Not to put more pressure on myself, but just because it is. I used to request the ability to fight for the title months ago, and today things happen. So whatever. I have to be ready. I have to face that issue. I have to be the person. I have to be that contender who can change the mood, change the Bellator history, and that's what I'm set for.
So, what do you think it is about Ryan Bader that is going to make him so dangerous? And what do you think the best part of his game is going to be?
So the best part of his game is the wrestling. So for sure, he had to get a really good control on ground and pound. But that's what he gonna try to do. So my point is, not surviving, but just handling the situation. As soon as I handle the situation, I'm comfortable with that. So I should win the fight.
Now, one thing that is obviously quite important and is quite topical at the moment is the kind of situation surrounding MMA in France. We've seen a number of fighters, well-known fighters, come out and talk about how they want France to be, a country that embraces MMA and enjoys MMA instead of banning MMA. For you personally, how important is it going to be for mixed martial arts to grow even more in France?
Oh, it's gonna be great. So like this, all the new generation doesn't have to travel like I did to different countries to improve their skills. Now they will get probably the whole support in their own country. That's what it is. France is a really nice tank of fighters, MMA fighters. They can do very well, but we need the support. We need the support. We need the real structures, you know, to legiferate and making those new ability of fighters comfortable and confident.
Would you like to be able to fight in France again before you retire?
It will be great, you know, at the time, you know, it will be fantastic. So like this, you know, my fellows doesn't have to following me all the time and everywhere around the world. But yeah, it would be great. If not, you know, I used to be, I should say, I'm pretty familiar with the fact, you know, to fight to different countries and send mine. So yeah, it will be a good satisfaction.
A lot of people and fans like to focus on obviously what fighters do inside of the cage and how they perform, but a lot of people are also interested in what happens outside of the cage. For you, what are some of your hobbies and things you like to do when you're not fighting and not training?
Oh, the thing is, I like to take care of people, you know, being one of the physical therapists, you know, to help, you know, athletes, regular people to be here and get the right treatment, you know. So that's one of the things, you know, I like to do. Or if not, I like to contribute, you know, for the people, you know, who doesn't have the financial, you know, to succeed on different projects. Yeah. And I'm working a lot with Africa, you know, to raise and develop, you know, new type of mentality to be more independent and also providing, you know, the first help that people need over there. So that's what I do beside, and that's what I will keep going. So anything specific, that is great.
So would you say that's one of your biggest passions apart from fighting, you know, really helping to give back to people?
Yeah.
And finally, one of the things we like to ask everyone is, what do you think the next 18 to 24 months have in store for Cheick Kongo?
For sure, you know, the next 18, 24 months, I think I should be retired. Yeah. The thing is, you know, I can't predict the future, but yeah, you know, as you know, I'm 44 years old, so I'm not able to keep fighting, you know. Especially, you know, for everyone, that will be the huge trophy to hang on the wall. So, and I don't want to be treated that way. I'm still a human being with a really good, with a strong ego, and for sure, you know, the thing is, you know, I'm still a competitor, but at the time, you know, I think during that moment, you know, the competitor have to hang up to hang the gloves. So, yeah.